It's a flop. No one uses it. No one buys it. It's been 24 hours since I got my last infusion of gear. And unfortunately, there's no package, no gear coming today. It's Saturday. UPS doesn't deliver on Saturdays. Can you believe it? They don't deliver on Saturdays, at least here in Germany. For whatever reason. It's ridiculous. So I would probably have to kind of get through the day without gear. Damn, this is hard. I got a message. Andy, the gear guy. Ooh. He got something for me. New, fresh. Meet you outside in 30 seconds. Okay. No Andy. That is strange. He's usually like very on time. Ooh, that's odd. No one here. But at least I got my gear. Ooh. This right here is the TORAIZ, I don't know how to pronounce it. SP16 Pioneer and Dave Smith instruments. It's a drum thingy thing, you know? It doesn't create any sounds. You load samples in there, has a step sequencer, and it's exactly what I need. Exactly. Because I love MPC style drumming, but I also love to have a step sequencer. And Andy told me it's the best product that Pioneer has ever made, actually. You know, I'm honestly a big Pioneer fan. Back in the days, CDJ 1000 MK3 is like the best CD player ever made. But in recent years, they're a little slow. Denon catched up, overtook them, is beating them. But right now, COVID DJing is anyways not a thing. And as far as Andy told me, this one right here has big advantages. Like, for example, the Akai MPC kind of stuff doesn't have the step sequencer. It has it here, which is kind of weird. And then there's Machine, and I have to say Machine, like most of the Machine versions, you have to have software. I don't like that. I want to have a hardware unit that does something on its own without the need of a computer. And this one has the best menu structure, as far as he told me, because Pioneer is actually king when it comes to selecting. Oh, the click. So good when it comes to selecting stuff, because they know how to do it from their Pioneer CDJ lineup. But let's hook it up. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And I haven't even loaded my samples on here. Let's just maybe go here, create a new project. Okay, let's name it something, create. Okay, let's go to tracks, pick kick. Let's go, click in here, browse. It's very straightforward, tier 808. Let's do a really classic house kind of thing. Kick. Let's go with kick 1. So I can just put it here on the step sequencer and hit play. Simple, straightforward. That's how I started making music. Not with a real unit, didn't have the money back then. I had Reason, and Reason had a step sequencer. So I'm familiar with it. It's a nice way to just work. Let's select 2. Let's pick either a snare or a clap. Let's see. Let's pick a snare. We put it on 5 and 13. Very simple. You can also like hit record. And just play something in. And that's like the main reason why I think this would be so nice here in the studio. Like these playing bits, that's something I would usually never do on the computer. I just like click, draw, press. Like I don't just like, it's not a flow, it's not jamming, it's not playing. Wow. Can you hear that? That's rain and wind. Whoa. Let me show you, that's like insane. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. It's crazy. I love the view because you can like look really far over water. But when the wind hits right here, it hits hard. Anyways, back to music making. Next up, third, let's pick a hat. Open hat. Why not? Yeah, let's maybe place it on the one. It's maybe too loud, so I can just go to playback, edit it. I can change like the amp settings. I could make it a lot shorter. I can either use my fingers or just turn right here. It's shorter. Now you can actually use it as like an off hat. That's nice. Very simple, straightforward beat. What else? Let's pick number 4, browse. Let's maybe pick some... Yeah, maybe the conga. And here it gets interesting. You can also like put it into scale mode and play it. Not so good, really annoying, but you can just wipe it. And maybe do something else. Maybe just keep the tone. Also here you can change the pitch, the length, like everything you need to be able to do with a sample, you can actually do. And if you want to, you can have like multiple patterns and like have always the bars interchange. You got here some effects, pitch, repeat. You have the filters by Dave Smith. It's more a marketing stunt. Those are just like filters. The workflow thing is what I love about it. I could now just record it onto my computer. And maybe just do something like that with the filters or effects, something that I would never do while working and making drums in a computer. Like that jamming kind of live kind of aspect, like at least in some sort, form or way. Let's see what else we can do with this, because sampling is also a big part I'm looking forward to. Two-pack California Love. Wow, it's been a while. This mixer right here is the very first piece of equipment I ever got. I started DJing with like 14-15 years, and that's a Behringer DX052. It's like a Vestax cheap. Like it still works. That's already amazing. But wow, I haven't used it in at least 12 years or even more. And then we got like a record player. That's fine and nice. A lot of cables, because I don't have the right cable. Let me see. So we got a cinch to jack small to a jack extension cable. And that extension cable, splitting it to cinch again, and then cinch to big jack. I need to buy a cable. So much fun. I got a couple of records here and just like sample maybe just the drums, the intro, so we don't get any copyright problems. Whew, I will 100% sample all of these vinyl crackles and noises. Okay, that one not. Cool, but I don't like the tempo. That's actually interesting. I should have cleaned the record before recording it, but now we got some extra vintage flavor to it. And now the cool thing is I can save it, pick that sample, automatically gets the BPM, I can play it, but I can put it into the slice mode and play every bit of it. You can also go in there and adjust like where to pick up the transients. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Also just like, I was standing in between jamming with it, just standing, and it feels more like performing. It feels like DJing, and that's how I started everything. So I'm really looking forward to explore this more, work more on it. This satisfies my gear addiction, at least for the next 24 hours. If you're interested to know what kind of gear I'm getting tomorrow, tune in. And I have to say, out of all of the stuff Pioneer has ever made, this one right here, and I've used almost everything they've made, like all of the CDJs. Also, there's like a very similar product they have that has the same form factor as a CDJ. The step sequencer is like split in two. This one right here beats everything. It's a flop. No one uses it. No one buys it. I think it's discontinued or very close to being discontinued. And I think the main problem was they marketed the wrong way. They made it as an addition for DJs to play drums live, which it can do, but let's be honest, if you're a DJ, you're lazy, you're not musical maybe, you can't perform, and why perform for a crowd that doesn't really care? It's all just hands up festivals and that kind of stuff, but that's a topic for another video. So like, there is no real need for it, and people that really play live would use probably something else. But I think actually for the studio, if you want to sample, sequence, and like scale things and slice it, and kind of jam a little in the studio, it's perfect. Sure, the Native Instruments machine can do more, but I think it's like twice the price. And I don't need that additional stuff it can do more, because I got like synthesizers and all the stuff here and the computer. So I just want one thing that samples where I can jam and play drums. I got it. That's nice. So tomorrow, another edition of Gear Addiction. The rest today, working on a new song and exploring this to the fullest.